today. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, this is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game, because it actually affects the crowd as well? That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford to the right side and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Off the draw, here's Williams. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the gun, here's Stafford. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Ethan Evans on now to punt. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That play going... for 16. To start the drive, 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That is caught, it's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a count. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. So they escape. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at that. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Zach Bond there on the tackle. Now 2nd and 9. It's Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
They snap it to Stafford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Second down and a yard. They go play action with Hurts. That one downfield for Dotson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Looking to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. But first down, Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. They'll give him 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw to Barkley on the check down. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So erase the... red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Man open left side. It's Williams. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Stafford. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. Tyler Higbee from 13 yards out. And the Rams get a bit closer. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now Barkley. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Eagles! Saquon Barkley, a 2-yard touchdown grab, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by on Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
23 yards, the final tally. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Barkley again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Hurts will throw. That's caught at the 1. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line. And the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Throwing is Stafford. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's a gain of 13, first down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out.
And got his man complete. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Here's Hurts. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 33. They're after the interception, here's Stafford. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, it's Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Milton Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here is another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this.
Start of the drive here, 4th quarter, and this defense looking for a stop. Stafford here, coming off his pick-6.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here's Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nacua.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. And the Eagles are going to get the football here.
Cougar 19. 56. Know your job.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense.